Okay, maybe we can now start from the hot topic, the AI
visualizer.
AI visualizer, yeah. What was your idea or Graphisoft idea behind that improvement, and how do you see the potential of it? How do you see it developing in the coming years? What's your idea?
The AI visualizer became something of a product like that you can actually already use because we started this year's even the first, we have this grid which is the Graphisoft Innovation Days as well. So we already had that hot topic, the AI topic, and it is still a very important part that we trying to deliver continuously something to the desk for the users. And this was one of the things that we thought could be something that we can create a visualizer, not a renderer, a visualizer that delivers very good quality result in a very short time for you as a user, also by simply providing very simple inputs, like only the concept and only a few words, literally. And this made it one of the #1 candidates to deliver to the customers. We are obviously working on other research projects, but this was one of the first ones that we thought, because of how visual it is and because of how these visual engines are capable already doing things, and this connected and integrated with the Archicad toolset, we thought this is the first thing to go out with. And I can say that the release was quite successful. We have quite a lot interest generated and a lot of comments about the capabilities of Visualizer. And obviously, people are feeding with ideas that they would like to see.
Yeah, but we actually, sorry, Miljan, we haven't asked Martin about that. But can you tell us, or can you see some flaws in that? In that AI visualizer, or does the community had any negative reactions?
There was part of that comes from maybe not everyone understood 100% whether what it is exactly. And the reason I'm, for example, phrasing it not as a render, because it is not. That's a sort of common misunderstanding that sometimes comes, because this is for inspiration. A rendering is something different. As a,
it's a representation.
Yes,
it's a final output,
which it is here as well. But when you would like to render something, you would like to stick to the origin way more than with something that is giving you inspirational input. So that was the goal, to deliver that, and we purposefully didn't name it any sort of render. However, we cannot tell where the future will lead from now to 3 years later. But that was not the goal. The goal was to deliver something that will, with very few input, even in the early stages, will show spectacular results with something always added. And then that will give you a few ideas, and the tests show that really can give you good ideas. Maybe you need to create a few images, but still it will deliver.
Yeah, definitely. That's how I see it, at least. What I meant by representation, it's a representation of an idea, whereas renderer, if I may define it that way, is a representation of a certain object or a certain aspect of building, but very kind of concrete.
Yeah.
So you're trying to represent reality in a way. Here you're just trying to represent an idea. So it's more about the atmosphere, which is very difficult to achieve when you're working. It's not very difficult now, like with all the improvements with Twinmotion and Enscape, it's very easy to get that atmosphere, but this is even faster. Just a prompt and he can make that happen for you. So, but what I wanted to ask you, and didn't ask Martin, we didn't have time. You mentioned there are a couple of more projects and implementation of AI in the software. Could you maybe give us a sneak peek? Because I'm very interested about how do you guys in Graphisoft think about that AI can help us in those redundant tasks, documentation, annotating, dimensioning, putting those things in correct order so nothing overlaps. Do you guys think in that direction? Because what is often mentioned with AI is that that AI will certainly replace redundant tasks. There will be no need for that. So how do you guys think about that?
I don't know if you would like to add something, because you didn't speak for
No, I just one thing back to the visualizer. I think it's a great tool for architects and their clients. It's a great resource because, you know, early on they make mood boards and stuff like that to emphasize a feeling or a vibe about the space. And I think it's a perfect tool for that, for early design ideating. Go ahead.
And coming back to the question, we're definitely working on other areas to improve. And as we represented it in our public presentations, one of these areas, a key area, is making those mundane tasks that are boring and repetitive and whatnot to deliver something that, without saying anything else, to deliver something that is really assisting you. And this is how we see AI as an assistant, as a very skillful in areas, maybe not others, but in areas where it is powerful, where it is skillful, it will assist you. And this is how we are trying to use the technology to deliver better solutions.
This is how I think the community can help, because you need a lot of data to teach AI what he's supposed to do. And maybe the best way, how can you collect thousands and thousands of drawings? Maybe the community can help that. Like if everyone can just put like a couple of really instructive things of how he's supposed to, let's say this is a very repetitive task, like dimensioning. You just like give him 10 or 50 of your drawings, and then you multiply that with whole community. Maybe AI can learn something from that. But how does that connect to learning?
Well, just before we move on to learning, I think that the tricky thing about teaching an AI is that, for example, every architecture office, they do things differently. They do dimensioning slightly bit differently. They do labeling differently. So maybe in the long run, it's going to be a self-teaching, or, you know, in your office, you can teach your own AI on how to dimension or how to label or how to do anything that is very particular to your style, let's say.